good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever one applies. My name is Kathy Nelson, and I'm going to be reading to you my book, The Newcomer. That's it. There we go. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's it. Sales haven't been that great, so I thought I would try to get the message across to you by reading it to you on YouTube. You know, for my one reader, the monitor guy. Hi, monitor guy. Okay. Well, maybe the monitor guy knows a lot of people who go out and buy the book. If you're interested in buying the book, you know, help me in my plight here. You can go to barnesandnoble.com, put in a search, The Newcomer by Kathy Nelson, Kathienelson, and there you go. And it's, you know, there for your, so you can have your own copy, you can hold it, you know, smell of it, great. Books are great, they're fundamental. Okay, speaking of fundamental, parental discretion is advised. There, my little disclaimer has been given, so now I don't have to worry about when I read some of those parental discretion is advised parts. Okay, here we go. Now let me see. Parental discretion is advised. Go buy the book. Hi, my name is Kathy Nelson. Oh, I've been doing this for a few whiles here, about a year or so, and I've gone through a metamorphosis. So piecing it together, I deleted my old YouTube for some silly reason, and probably because I cut my hair and I went through some kind of midlife crisis or something, and so some of these little pieces will be with my hair long, some will be with my new, and some people don't think not so improved look, and yeah. She really butchered my hair when I tried to explain to her what I wanted, and the day that I read from this book I was pretty PO'd about the whole haircut thing. But anyway, yeah, that was pretty weird because it correlated with the part in the book. So anyway, you'll find out when you get there. And oh wow, yeah, nervous? Yes, I am. Okay, so here we go. I don't know how many minutes it's been. I'm nearsighted. I can't see the clock. So I might not get this one done either. And this, yes, this has been like my fourth introduction. So without further ado, here we go. The Newcomer, dedicated to Jen. Okay. Page starts on page 5. Why? I don't know. Because these other, you know, books, you know, okay. Page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I understand, but the other ones, what's the book? That's on page 5. There we go. Rachel sat at the foot of the bed in the sterile room of the prison infirmary. She had been crying for so long that her face was red and swollen, her back and sides ached, and her heart felt engorged. Physically spent from her outpouring, she stared out of her window and let the rain do her crying. She'd been in prison for 5 months. Brought here after the guards seized her, her husband, and their infant daughter from the desert hut that they had fled to. Though the first few months of separation from her husband and child had been excruciating, her sorrows were eased 6 times during the day and night when the nurses brought Ava to her for feedings. When Ava turned 3 months, they stopped bringing her in. Instead, they had Rachel express her milk for the feedings. During that time, Rachel had dealt with her loss by sublimating a connection to her daughter through the breast pump. As soon as it was wheeled in, Rachel would close her eyes and keep them closed while the nurse placed a clear plastic cone on her breast. While the machine began its rhythmic pumping, Rachel would envision Ava cradled within her arms. As the rhythm continued, Rachel's reminiscing of her daughter's baby scent and the gentle tickling from her nuzzling mouth would cause her misty blue milk to flow down the funnel into the sterile bottle that awaited. But now, everything was different. Everything had been taken away. The nurses didn't wheel in the machine this morning. Rachel had been given an injection to stop her from lactating, informing Rachel that she was no longer needed. Ava was being weaned under formula. A quiet knocking interrupted her self-pity. "Rachel, may I come in?" the woman asked. Rachel nodded, left the window, and climbed into bed. The woman was Victoria Lamberst, the scientist from Hodgkin's Hospital who had discovered lyconium, an aquatic mutation of the estrogen hormone which infested the waters and marine life of Earth. Rachel knew who Victoria was and the apocalyptic condition for which lyconium was responsible, so she was more than surprised by the honor of this visitor who was now sitting in the chair next to her bed. "Oh," Victoria said, "it feels so good to be off my feet. But," she said while straightening, "no time for resting. Let me hurry to the point of why I'm here. As you know, the world is in complete chaos." She stopped her explanation to take off her glasses and rub her burning eyes. Rachel spoke. "I know about lyconium. I was an intern at the hospital where it was discovered." The scientist replaced her glasses. "That's right, so there's no need for me to expound. However, you do need to know that there aren't many adult males left. The few that remain are centralized here in this makeshift community that was once a prison, along with the women and children that we found scattered across the United States." She thought about the roundup that was only necessary in the United States, for all of the countries came willingly when the call was made. "The American people are a stubborn breed," she said, "with their undying need for freedom, but I ramble. It was necessary to group the world's population into one area in order for us to save us from extinction. We've chosen the states of New England for the abundance of utopian buildings, universities, hospitals, and prisons suitable for the restructure of our planet." Victoria rose, for the comfort of the chair was putting her to sleep. She stretched oxygen back into her exhausted mind and continued. "Of course, there are a handful of doctors and scientists in Russia and China, utilizing the extensive equipment there for the sole purpose of research. We're linked to them by a computer. Besides that, the United States is the only country left populated."